Hi, I'm May from the Philippines, your loyal eyes and ears on the ground. Today, we're cutting through the noise to discuss the 5 silent green lights you are currently missing. You've been sitting there, staring at your screen or across a dinner table, waiting for a sign that feels familiar. You're waiting for her to shout her feelings, to grab your hand in the mall, or to whisper, "I love you," in your ear. Stop right there. If she's that loud and that bold, she isn't falling for you. She's likely a professional player, and you're just the next project on her list. Here is the brutal truth that most men over 60 refuse to hear. The girls who actually want you, and not just a one-way ticket to your pension fund, communicate on a frequency you aren't even tuned to yet. You think she's being shy or just polite because of the age gap? Wrong. She's screaming for you to take the lead, and you're walking right past the prize because you're looking for Western signals in an Eastern heart. You're playing a game where you don't even know the rules, and it's costing you your time, your dignity, and eventually your bank balance. In the next few minutes, I am going to reveal the 5 silent green lights that prove the gate is unlocked. By the end of this video, you will know exactly when she is inviting you in, saving you from months of pathetic guessing and the soul-crushing embarrassment of moving too late. If you want a real connection and not just a financial transaction, stay exactly where you are. Let's take a moment and talk about the elephant in the room. You likely started this journey with a suitcase full of fantasies. You saw the postcards, the glowing profiles on the apps, and the videos of men living like kings on a social security check. You thought you'd finally found a paradise where your age didn't make you invisible. But here is the somber truth I need to whisper in your ear. A lot of what you see is a carefully crafted stage play. It's an industry designed to separate a well-meaning man from his life's work. The apps are digital minefields where "I love you" is often just a standard greeting used to unlock a Western wallet. Behind those beautiful smiles, there are often desperate families back in the province putting immense pressure on these girls to secure a provider. To many, you aren't seen as a man with a soul. You're seen as a winning lottery ticket. It is a survival game, and if you don't know the hidden rules, you are just the prize being hunted. But listen to me closely. It is not your fault. I know exactly how you feel. You come from a world where a man's word meant something, where you worked for decades, followed the rules, and expected a little warmth and respect in your golden years. Instead, back home, you're often treated like a relic or a walking bank account for an ungrateful system. It's only natural that when a girl 40 years younger looks you in the eye and says exactly what you've been starving to hear, you want to believe every word. You aren't delusional or creepy. You're just a man with a human heart that's been isolated for too long. I see the fatigue in your eyes. I know you're exhausted by the games and the sudden emergencies that require your credit card. You deserve the brutal truth because it's the only thing that will actually save you. I'm here to be your shield because I refuse to let your kindness be weaponized against you. Now that we've stripped away the fairy tale, let's look at the real signs that she actually values the man, not just the money. To truly understand these signals, you need to step away from your Western logic for a moment and walk with me into a traditional Filipino barrio. Picture a small, quiet neighborhood where everyone knows everyone's business. In our culture, we don't leave the front door wide open. That is just an invitation for stray dogs, thieves, or nosy neighbors. A wide open door is a sign of chaos or a lack of boundaries. But if a guest is truly welcome, we leave the gate unlatched. This is my unlatched gate metaphor, and it is the key to your survival here. To any stranger walking past on the street, that gate looks closed. It looks solid, heavy, and private. But to the man who actually knows what he is looking for, he can see the loose latch. He knows that the bolt isn't actually slid into place. He knows that with one gentle, confident push from his hand, that gate won't just move. It will swing wide open to welcome him into the sanctuary of the home. Now, compare this to the world you come from. In the West, everything is loud, neon, and obvious. If a woman likes you, she usually shouts it or puts it on a billboard. If you apply that same expectation here, you are going to walk right into a trap. See, the girls who leave their doors wide open in the Philippines are usually the professionals. They want everyone to see the entrance because they are running a business, not a heart. They are looking for the highest bidder, not a husband. The girl who actually values you as a man will keep her gate latched to the world to protect her dignity. But for you, she leaves it loose. You're sitting there waiting for her to tear the fence down. But in our culture, that's not her job. Her job is to unlock the gate. Your job is to have the maturity to spot the loose latch and the strength to push it open. If you keep looking for open doors, you'll only find traps. If you learn to find the unlatched gates, you'll find a home. Now that you understand the unlatched gate, it is time to look at the actual latch. I'm going to give you the 5 silent green lights that most men your age drive right past because they are looking for a neon sign that simply doesn't exist in a good woman's heart. The first silent green light is what I call the future scripting inquiry. You'll be sitting there, perhaps enjoying a nice meal or walking along the beach, and she will ask you something that seems oddly specific or even nosy. She might say, "What happens to your big house in your country when you are here with me?" Or, "Who cooks for you when you feel tired or sick back home?" Now, your Western brain probably triggers a gold digger alert. You think she's measuring your assets. But here is the hidden tactical truth. A professional player only cares about the now. She wants the shopping trip today and the emergency hospital bill for her grandmother tomorrow. She doesn't care about your house because she doesn't plan on being in it. When a girl asks about your long-term logistics, she is checking to see if there is a vacancy for a wife and a caretaker. She is mentally moving her furniture into your life to see if she fits. She is testing your longevity. She wants to know if you are a short-term tourist or a long-term destination. If she's asking about your life 10 years from now, she's not looking at your wallet. She's looking at your timeline. Your reaction should be calm and inviting. Don't brag about your wealth, but show her that there is a seat reserved for someone special in your future scripts. This leads us to the second sign, which is the digital fast in your presence. We need to be honest here. Gen Z and millennial Filipinas are surgically attached to their smartphones. It is their lifeline to the gossip of the barrio and the endless scroll of social media. Usually, if you take a girl out, she'll be checking in on Facebook or replying to her cousins every 5 minutes. But pay attention to the girl who sits across from you and puts her phone face down on the table. Or better yet, leaves it in her bag the entire time. The hidden reason behind this is full focus engagement. In our culture, Ignoring a notification to listen to your stories about the 1970s is the highest form of respect a young woman can give an older man. She is signaling that your wisdom is more addictive than her scroll. She is creating a private bubble where only you exist. If she's doing this, the green light is blindingly bright. By the way, if you want to know how to handle the girls who don't put their phones down, or how to spot the professional texters who are messaging 3 other men while sitting with you, you need to be on my private email list. I call it the Barrio Secrets newsletter, and it's where I share the raw details I can't say here on camera. It's free, and it's the shield you need. Now, back to the signs. The third silent green light is the safe introduction, also known as the cousin test. You won't meet her parents in the first month. That is far too heavy and traditional. Instead, you'll be out somewhere and she will happen to run into a female cousin or a younger brother. Watch her closely. Does she introduce you as my foreign friend, or does she use your name with a certain soft tone? The hidden explanation is social circle integration. She is pre-clearing you with the family's internal security. She wants a second pair of eyes to see how you treat her when you think no one is looking. She's looking for a thumbs up from her peer group before she risks her heart. If that cousin smiles at you and stays to chat, you aren't just a guest. You've passed the first round of the background check. Your job here is to be the ultimate silver fox. Be charismatic, be kind to the relative, and show her that you are a man who can be proud to walk beside her. The fourth light is the subtle caretaker mode. In the West, if a woman fixes your collar or notices your vitamins are low, you might feel mothered. But in the Philippines, love is a verb. We show it through service. If she warns you about the dirty ice in a street drink, or if she remembers exactly how you like your coffee after only one meeting, she is engaging in wellness monitoring. The cultural truth is that she is auditioning for the role of your pahinga, your rest. She sees your age not as a burden, but as a reason to provide comfort. She is showing you that she is ready to protect your health and your peace. Don't push her away, let her care for you. It is her way of saying she has chosen you. Finally, we have the most counterintuitive sign of all, the sudden modesty flare. You'd think a girl who is falling for you would get more flirtatious, right? Often, it's the opposite. If you've had a great week and suddenly she gets Maria Clara, becoming shy, avoiding intense eye contact, or getting quieter, don't panic. She isn't pulling away. She is terrified. She realized she actually likes you beyond the long-term logistics, and now she's afraid of losing your respect. She doesn't want to look like an easy girl or just another tourist attraction. She is pulling back to protect her dignity because she wants you to see her as a wife, not a vacation. When she gets shy, that is when you know you've actually won her heart. Stop pushing for action and start showing her she is safe. Now, I have to give you the most uncomfortable, counterintuitive truth of all. It's the one that causes more good men to walk away from a great woman than any scam ever could. Imagine this. You've had a fantastic week together. The chemistry is there, the spices are flowing, and you're feeling like a king. You expect her to get closer, more flirtatious, and more eager to please. But suddenly, she hits the brakes. She becomes Maria Clara, suddenly shy, avoiding your gaze, and acting like she's never seen a man before. Your Western ego immediately screams that she's playing games or losing interest. You think the unlatched gate just got bolted shut. But here is the raw, philosophical reality. She isn't pulling away, she's falling in, and she is absolutely terrified. See, a professional hustler is never shy. She is a world-class performer who will give you exactly the show you paid for until your wallet is empty. She has no dignity to lose, so she never hesitates. But when a Filipina realizes she actually values the man behind the bank account, the rules change instantly. She suddenly realizes that if she acts too easy or stays too available, you will never respect her as a wife. She pulls back to protect her soul because she wants you to see her as a life partner, not just a vacation attraction. Here is the real plot twist. Your own ego is often the biggest scammer in the room. You're so addicted to the constant ego boost of the chase that you might walk away from the only woman who actually cares enough to be afraid of losing your respect. If she stops performing, the show is over and your real life is finally beginning. Don't be the fool who mistakes a woman's dignity for a lack of desire. I know I've been tough on you today. I've shown you the shadows, the traps, and the cold reality of the business side of my country. But I want you to take a deep breath and look at me. Despite the noise and the scammers, the Philippines is still the most beautiful place on earth for a man like you to find his peace. You aren't just another foreigner. At 60, you are at the absolute peak of your value. Back home, they might treat you like a relic, but here, your gray hair is a symbol of stability. Your stories are a map of wisdom. You have something that a boy in his 20s can never offer, the ability to provide a sanctuary. You are a king who has spent decades building his castle, and believe me, there are thousands of incredible, loyal, and deeply affectionate women here who are praying for a man exactly like you. The difference now is that you're no longer driving in the dark. You know where the potholes are. You've seen the unlatched gate. You are armed with the truth, and that makes you invincible. Real, soul-stirring love across cultures isn't a myth. It happens every single day for men who are patient and smart. You've done the hard work. Now, let yourself enjoy the reward. You deserve this, and she is out there, waiting for you to finally notice the whisper. So, now that I've handed you the map, tell me, which of these 5 silent signals have you seen flickering in her eyes recently? Was it the sudden digital fast at dinner? Or did she catch you off guard with the question about your long-term logistics? Tell me your story in the comments. I read them all because your journey is why I'm here. We're on a mission to ensure that honorable men like you find the loyalty you've earned, making this world a little less lonely. If this talk saved your heart today, consider supporting my work. A small tip for a bucket of Jollibee chicken or a cold San Miguel beer goes a long way for a girl in the province. Stay sharp, stay chosen, and remember, always look for the whisper, never the shout. Good luck!